Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I would like to show you how to create Excel file in Java or how to export data to an Excel file in Java. So I will take this as an example that in this Excel file, we have some information regarding some students, that is serial number, the name of the students and their results. So we want to create an Excel file that is similar to this one. So how to do that? So before beginning, first I would like to tell you that in order to export an Excel file or in order to create an Excel file in Java, we need some prerequisite libraries. So if we write Apache POI latest version and search in Google, we'll see this link, and if we go there, we'll find these libraries. So the Apache Foundation will give us the latest release, that is Apache POI 4.1.0. So if I click this one, we will see that we have the binary distribution, and we will go for this zip file because this zip file contains all the required libraries to create an Excel file in Java. So if I click this one, we will see that the foundation will give us some mirror links to download the libraries. So in prior, I have already done this. So this is the zip file that I have downloaded on my desktop, and I have extracted it to a folder, and these are the jar files or the libraries that we will require in order to create the Excel file. So now let's start coding, as we have the libraries already with ourselves. So within NetBeans IDE, first I will need to create a new Java project. So I will go for new project, and I will choose the Java category and Java application, click next, and here I can name my project. For an example, I'm giving my project name as Export Excel, and here you can choose the location where your project to be saved. So by default I'm taking this one, so desktop. Okay, finish. So now within NetBeans IDE I have my export excel.java. So this is my Java program, and here we will write the code. So as I said before, that in order to create an Excel file in Java, first of all I need some libraries. Okay, so under this section libraries, if I right click, I can go to the properties, I can go to add jar or folder, and I can go to this folder that is on my desktop, that is POI 4.1.0, and I will choose these jar files, that is POI 4.1.0.0, OXML and OXML schemas. I will choose this. So these are needed, as well as if I go to this folder, I will see XML bins. So I need also this, and again if I go to this library folder, I will need this commons collection and commons compressed. So these 6 jar files are required in order to create an Excel file. So by clicking OK, we are integrating these libraries with our application or with our project. Okay, fine. So here first we take a look again at the exemplary file. So we have this data right in our Excel file, so we need to create an Excel file that looks like this one. So for this reason, this data should be within our program as well. So I will first create that data that are needed to export. So what I have done here is that I have created an integer array that is serial, and within this array I have put these serials is 1 to 10, and I have created a string array name, and within this array I have put this piece of information and another string array result that contains this piece of information. Fine, so we have all the data that are needed to export or that will be available in our created Excel file. So now we need to start writing code to create the Excel file. So first of all, I need to create a workbook. Create a workbook. So what is a workbook? So I will try to clear the intuition, like while creating the Excel file, exactly what we are doing. So if we see this exemplary file or an exemplary Excel file, what actually do we have? We have a workbook. This totally is a workbook. So that's why first we need to create a workbook. So if I write and I can name my workbook as workbook, Okay, so this line of code will create my Excel workbook. Okay, so I am seeing some red lines here. So if I press Alt on my keyboard and press Enter at the same time, I will see that NetBeans ID suggestion to add this import. Okay, I will just click this one. So the very beginning, I will see that okay, import is done from these libraries. Fine. So after creating the workbook, what should I do? I need to create a spreadsheet. So again, to clear the intuition that within the exemplary file, first I have a workbook, and within a workbook, actually I have a sheet. So this is the spreadsheet, this total thing. So under this workbook, I need to create a spreadsheet now. So how to do that? XSS sheet. I will just name my sheet as sheet. Comes new. Oh, sorry, not new. I will create this sheet or this spreadsheet under this workbook. So workbook and dot. I will call this create sheet method. And here you can rename your sheet. For example, results. Okay. And in similar way, I will just press Alt on my keyboard and Enter. I will add this input too. Fine. So now what do we have? We have an workbook, and under this workbook we have a spreadsheet, and the name of my spreadsheet is results. So the exemplary file here, it is sheet 1, but in our created file we'll see that this is replaced by results. Okay. So now after creating the spreadsheet, what we need to do? So we need to create a row object. Okay, we need to create a row object. So what does it actually mean? That within a workbook, first we have a spreadsheet, and within that spreadsheet we have some rows, right? This like this, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and we have sub columns. And within these rows and columns we have some cells, and within those cells we have some data or some information. So chronologically we have already created the workbook, we have created then the sheet, and now within that spreadsheet we need to create the rows and these cells in order to put our data there. Okay, so that's why first we need to create a row object. So XSSF row. So this is my row object. Okay, I will add import similar like before. So now I will create cells, as I said. Fine. So if we look again, as we want to recreate this file, so what we have? We have rows here. So the index of this row is 0, right? I will just try to clear the intuition. So index of this row is 1. So in similar ways, the index of all these rows are 0 to 10. Okay, so this is row number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 10. And within each of the rows, we can see that we have 1, 2, and 3 cells. So the indexing of these cells are 0, 1, and 2. So you have 3 cells in one row. Fine. So first we need to create this row with index 0 that will contain 3 cells, that is cell 0, cell 1, and cell 2, and those cells will contain these values, right? Serial, name of the students, and results. So how can we do that? First, row create row, and here is the index of my row that I say that row 0. So under this row we need to create cells. So cell 0 row dot, I can call this method, and this is the 0th one, and in similar ways I will create 2 more. There is cell 1, cell 2, and their index will be obviously 1 and 2. So as before, I will just import. So be careful about this one, like we need to import the Apache POI. So I will just click this. Fine. So these 4 lines actually are suggesting that now we have created this 0th indexed row, and within that we have created 3 cells, that is cell 0, cell 1 and cell 2. Now we need to put these values under this cell. Fine, so how can we do that? We can just write cell 0, cell 0, and we can call the set cell value here method and serial number. So in similar way, I will just put name of the students in cell 1 and results in cell 2. Fine. So after this, now we have this row, and within this row we have 3 cells, and we have already put these values also. Okay, so I will just add this comment, create cells and set values. Fine. So this is done. So now let's look at the example again, that we have done this part. Okay, so I can just mark this. So 0th row is completed. So now I need to create all these rows again. Okay, so now we have the intuition that in order to create a Java file, in order to create an Excel file in Java, we just need to create these rows, and within these rows we need to create the cells as required, and then we need to put the values in those cells. Fine, this is the basic and simple idea of creating the Excel file. So now we will create all these rows. So create cells and rows for the data. So how can we do that? I will take the help of a for loop here. So remember, we have an integer array that is serial. So we'll call this serial.length method here, and I++. And then I will create the rows as like before. Create row, and this is I+1. So why this is I+1? Because we have already seen that we have created the 0th row, right? We have created the 0th row already. So the second row and its index is 1. So as I am beginning this loop with I equals to 0, so here I should put I+1, that will make this 1. Fine. And through this loop, all these rows will be created. Okay, so after creating row, we need to create cells, right? Okay, so I will take another loop. It is 0, and I have 3 cells in each of the rows. And I will call this create cell method, and this will be j. So now we have created all these rows using this loop, and under this loop, for each of the rows we have created 3 cells, that is 0, 1 and 2. Okay, fine. Now let's see here that when the column index or the cell index is 0, it will put the serial number in the cells, right, as a value. And when the index of that cell is 1, it will put the name of the students in that cell. And when the index is 2, it will put the results as value in those cells. So if we understand this, now I will just take the help of conditional logic, that if after creating the cells, if cell, and I will call this get column index method equals 0, cell dot set cell value serial I. Okay, so if the column index is 0, let's look. If the column index is 0 of the cell, the the cell value will be set as this, the serials. Okay, so for other two cells, what we can do, else if the cell's index is 1, it will put the name, and else if the column index is 2, it will put the cell value as the results. Fine. So now we have everything. We have created a workbook. Let's just review again. We have created the workbook. Under this workbook, we have created a spreadsheet. And under this spreadsheet, first we have created a row. That is, the index is 0, and which contains the headers or the column headers. And within this row, 0th or the number 1 row, we have 3 cells. We have created those, and we have put the values. And then we have created all these rows and all these cells and have set the values using this. Okay, so now we have created the Excel file actually, but we need to print it or return it to our system, to our computer, so that we can open it and we can see what's actually going on. And so now the next step is writing the created Excel file. So in order to do that, what we can write, so first I will try file output stream, and I will name it as out, new file output stream, and then this new file, and this will be my file name. For example, I am writing my file name as results, and its extension, as it is an Excel file, XLSX, the extension. Okay, so I will just need an import here, also the import here, and okay, fine. So after creating the file output stream, I will call my created workbook, that is the Excel workbook. Here I have the workbook, so here I will just write workbook, and I can call the method write. So it will be streamed to out, and my file will be created, and out. After creating or writing the file, I just close. Okay, fine. And for just verification, I will just give a print line command here. So after creating everything, I will see in my output console that Excel file is created successfully. Okay, so we are done. So now let's run this program from here. So if we run this program, you see the output console is showing that Excel file is created successfully. So now where is this file actually? So if I just minimize this as I said before that I have located my project location on desktop. So here export Excel, this is my project location. So within this folder I will have my created Excel file. Okay, so if I open it, let's see what happens. So yes, we have created the Excel file successfully. Now let's compare with this one with the exemplary one. Okay, we have taken this one as example, right? And these were not here and here, so okay, fine. So if we compare these two files, that this one is our example and this one is our created file, we'll see that everything is in order in terms of data or information, but there are some variations because you see that in our example file the columns are well justified, like auto-sized, but here it is not. And also each cell in the example file are aligned at center point in both vertical and horizontal positions, but here this is also not, the cells are not aligned, so we need some customization to do. Okay, so let's see how can we do this customization. So I will just minimize this one and go back to our program. So to customize the cells styles, that how it would be aligned and how it would be resized, after creating the workbook I can create a cell style, creating cell style like this, cell style, style, workbook, and just call the method create cell style. Okay, and add import as previous. Fine, so this is done. So I need my style, that is cells I want to align it at center point both vertically and horizontally. So set alignment, if I call this method, you will see that there is horizontal alignment and it is now by default left. So I want this at center point, so I'll click center, and in similar way the vertical alignment can be set like this, style dot set vertical alignment center. Fine. So now I have the cell style. So after creating the cell style, I need to put this style in each cell that we have created. So we have created 3 cells over here. So cell 0, I can call set cell style method and put style here. Likewise cell 1, set cell style, and cell 2, set cell style. And here we have also created the cells, so cell dot set cell style. So now each cell would be aligned at center point both vertically and horizontally. Okay, and we need also to resize our columns according to the contents. So after creating everything and putting data into it, I will auto resize my columns. So auto resize, resize. Okay, so here I will just take loop. So I have 3 columns, so I will just put 5 here, and I can call my created spreadsheet. You remember, right? This one. Okay, so this one, and we can call auto size column, and the column index is I. So now if we run the program again, and if we go back, first see this Excel file is created successfully. So okay, so now if we go back to our folder location and open the created file, now it looks great, right? each cell is vertically and horizontally aligned at center points. The columns are auto resized according to the contents. Fine, just like we wanted. So we are done here. So I'll just close this one and just close this folder as well. Now just let me show something that within this program, when we are creating or writing this created Excel file using the file output stream, what we are doing, we are not choosing any location that the file will be saved there. So it will always save the file in our project or in our application folder. So what if the user wants that to choose a location manually? For an example, a pop-up window will appear and then I will choose desktop or any other location and the file will be saved there. So this could also be done. So for doing that sort of activities, what we can do, I will just hide this writing section, and I will call the JFile chooser, and I will name the variable as savefile, new JFile chooser. Okay, so this JFile chooser will enable us to select any specific location that where we want to save our files. So I will add import. So after doing the JFile chooser, I'll set the dialog title as save file. So I will explain this later. So I will just write this code now. File, set selected file, new file, okay, mistakes, okay, and then if save dialog save for and create a file. And then I will try the file output stream. And I will call my work here, right, within this out, and close. Fine, so I will the catch closes here. Okay, so now if I run the program, what will happen? So see, now after creating the Excel file as before, the program is showing this window. So within this window, you can see that the dialog title is save file, that I have set it here, that JFile chooser's dialog title will be save file, and the default file name will be as results along with its extension, that is the XLSX. So here I have save file.set selected file, and I have the name, I have default name and its extension. So now within this window I can choose any location wherever I want to save my file. So it's more user friendly, right? Okay, so for an example, I want to save my file on desktop. Okay, results.xls on desktop. Click save. Okay, so now Let's look at the desktop. Here we have our file. If we open that, yes, that same file, but now we can choose the location that where it's to be saved. Okay, so this is all for now. So this is a very basic and simple intuitive tutorial about how to create an Excel file in Java, or how to export your information from the program to an Excel file in Java. So hope you find this useful, and if you find this useful and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and obviously put your valuable comments. If you have any queries regarding this tutorial, we are here to answer those as well. If you have any request regarding any sort of activities in Java, just share your thoughts on the comment box, and we'll try to get back to you with yours requested tutorial as soon as possible. Okay, so bye for now. See you in next tutorial.